Hey crafty friends, Christina with you here today from Close to My Heart. I wanted to showcase one of the cards in the current Craft with Heart card making kit that we have with our subscription. This card is one of the 11 cards that you make in the kit, and you make 2 of each style card. And this one is a fun bridge fold, and I thought since this isn't the normal standard card that you might make, that it might be kind of fun to just show it off so that people know how to create it, and I can give you kind of a few tips on how to change it up a little bit as well. So I'm going to just put this here to the side. So if you haven't seen it before, it does come with an instruction thing here, and so these are the current cards that come in the kit. So you can see the one that we're going to be working with here is right there. And so you can open it up and it has just like basic instructions on how to put each of the cards together. And it does come with like a little ink pad so you can do the stamping. It has these die cuts that we're going to be working with. It has some fun, colorful envelopes, a little mini ink pad, mini block, as well as an exclusive stamp set. So this is the exclusive stamp set. It's a bunch of fun different sentiments in different fonts. So always useful ones that you will use over and over again. So let's go ahead and get started. So it does have the card base and it's already scored. And if, in case you don't have this card kit yourself, I will include on my blog the measurements. So if you wanted to create your own bridge fold card, you could. Super simple, as you can see. It's just a matter of doing these special folds. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to fold in with the ones that are in the center. And so those are kind of like valley, and then you've got your mountain folds here on the outside. And so this is the base here. And then let's go ahead and we're going to punch out the pieces. And the nice thing is that they go ahead and they mark what it is. So this is card 11. So you know all these pieces here with this go to that card. And like for over here, it's card 10, all these hearts. So it's really super simple to go ahead and then you just go ahead and punch out the pieces. And you know that these are all for that one particular card. And so I will say that I did pre-stamp the sentiment on the one cloud here you see, just so that was already done. But you, like I said, you do get the ink pad and the stamp set and the block so that you can go ahead and do that. I just thought I would quickly do that because I was doing up my sample. So I just thought I'd stamp both of them at the same time. So just getting all these popped out. And if it bothers you, sometimes the little nub thing that holds that die cut in there, you could take like a emery board or some sandpaper and sand that little piece down if you want it to be more smooth. It's not like it's a big deal, but sometimes some people notice that and are bothered by it, so I thought I would just give you that little tip. Okay, so then what we're going to start by doing is you're going to go ahead and you're going to glue down your trees. So you're going to take your larger one and you're going to have it over on the left of your card, and then you've got your smaller tree. Again, I'm just using some adhesive, an adhesive runner here. And that's going to go on the right hand side. And you just want to make sure that they stay within those boundaries, which is why I had you fold it first, just so you can kind of see how that's going together so it doesn't interfere with the folding that you're doing. Okay, so then you have your 3 houses, all in fun colors. And then you've got these little grayish black pieces. These are the roofs. So you could go ahead and glue these down flush. I actually wanted some to add some dimension, so I used our thin 3D foam. I'm not sure if you can see that if I kind of angle it. So that's raised up and then raised up on all 3 of them, just because I felt like it gave it a little bit more, you know, realistic look to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that same thing here, just so that you can see that. But you could absolutely do it just with, just flush with regular adhesive. There's no need to do that. This is just an extra step that you can do. And you could even mix and match. You could have some be with the 3D foam and some be flat. You could mix. We have regular 3D foam as well as this thin that I'm using. So you could blend them and get different heights. And then you just go ahead and line that up with the house. And do the same thing with these other 2. Remove the backing. Okay. And then stick that on, and you just take note that the one house does have the little chimney, so you want to make sure that you are saving that appropriate roof for the appropriate house. Okay, so our final roof here has the chimney. And then take off the back. All right, and then we're going to stick this down. And then I also, to stick with that whole dimension thing to give it a little bit more realistic look, I did go ahead, this is the house, this yellow beigeish one. This is the one that's going to go on here. You could go ahead and glue that down flush, but I actually did want to give it a little bit more lifelike appearance to it, just like what we're doing with the roofs. So I'm going to use 2 of these larger thin dots, and I'm going to stick it down, and it won't interfere with the style of the card. You'll still be able to mail it and not have any issues. So I'm going to center that right in between those 2 trees. Okay, so now you've got that inside part done. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to create that bridge. So because this is going to have some tension on it because of the style of it, I tend to want to use a stronger adhesive. So I'm going to actually use some score tape. Anything that you have that's kind of a little bit stronger, just so that you know that it's not going to come undone, because you'd hate for you to give this to a recipient and then have it come undone on them. Because the nice thing is you can stand it up and they could keep it like on their desk or on their mantle and look at it, and you know it's not going to come apart. So, all right, I'm going to remove these backings. And then we're just going to line up. So I turn mine and I line up the corner there so it's flush. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. I'm going to line that up so it's flush to the bottom, flush to the side. So now you've got this bridge that holds it so it can stand up. So the nice thing is that you can go ahead and you can put that down flat. On the one side, you can go to the left or you can go to the right. And I'll show you, it still will stick in your card, your envelope rather. So see if you went like that. So we're going to finish building it, but I did want to show you just so that you're not worried, oh, if I put that bridge on, how is it going to mail? It's still going to go flat and you're still going to be able to mail that. So let's go ahead and build the rest of it so then you can just see how that will go together. So let's put our sun on, and keep in mind that it's kind of overlapping, so you only want to put some adhesive on half of the sun. And again, I'm going to do some 3D foam on my cloud so that way it's a little bit raised from the sun. And I'm putting it over on the right hand side since it's going to overlap. We don't want adhesive going off our card. Okay, and then the houses on the outside here, I did not 3D foam. I just put them down as regular, but I did keep in mind, oops, I put it on the wrong side. So this house is going to go over here this time. You only want to put half adhesive on there because you don't want the adhesive to go over here, because then it'll stick to the card and keep the card closed, which you don't want. So just keep in mind when you're gluing it down, when you're putting your adhesive on, that you're putting the adhesive on the correct side. And again, I did it wrong. That's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and take my rub and remove this adhesive. Sometimes talking and doing it at the same time, you don't get it right how you want to do it, but there's a fix. Okay, so if it's like this, I only want on the right hand side here. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that down. Okay, so then our final thing is our sentiment, and I have that flush on there as well. So I'm just putting the adhesive there on the left hand side and sticking it down. So now you have your card. So just to go ahead and show you, you can go ahead and slide it either way, and then it goes in there to your envelope. And you could slide it to the left if you preferred, and it will still stick in there. And it's fun because it's a colorful envelope, so it makes it a little bit more cheerful. But so there you have it, fun bridge fold card in the Craft with Heart card making subscription. And like I said, I'll have dimensions on my blog, so if you want to create one from scratch, you can. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, stay crafty.